Hello, beautiful people, wherever you are watching me from all over the globe, I welcome you on board the Morning Dew again. It gives me a lot of joy coming on board, and I trust God that you are also doing fine. Yes, today I want to share something very deep. I consider it deep. In fact, I've not been able to wrap my head around it, but I want to throw it out there real quick and fast. On the 10th of September, Charlie Cook, the popular American media personality, political activist as well, was murdered. And on the 21st of September, the funeral took place. And now, that is not actually my point of focus. My point of focus is Erica Cook's speech during her husband's funeral. She came on board and said that just after 11 days of the husband's murder, she has been able to process and, in fact, ultimately forgiven the murderer of her husband. And this is what I have not been able to process. Yes, I've not been able to process it. I've not been able to process it does not mean that I am not commending it. In fact, it is so worthy of commendation, and we should just learn to also copy this. Let's learn to forgive real quick and fast. For her, some people say she's not being authentic, but for me, I think she's very authentic. For her to have been able to sit down for that 11 days to think of her loss and decide that she wants to forgive. The problem with some of us is that we overthink this thing, and that is why we are not able to forgive easily. There is no point overthinking it on the part of Erica Cook. She has been able to think about it within that short period of time and make her decision. Her decision is, I am forgiving this man for whatever evil he has done. And she went on to back it up, that is what Christ would have done. And that is why I am talking especially to Christians. It's not just about preaching the gospel, it is also about living the life that Christ lived while he was on earth. She said that is what Christ would have done. And that is deep. That is deep. And that also gives me this perspective that they are actually a couple who lived love, who loved, and they lived love together as a couple. Yes. So that's the first thing I really want to throw out there. The second thing I want to talk about now, also about Erica's speech, was that she went on and said that her husband, all through his lifetime, will give her a love note every Saturday night. And he has never missed it. He has never missed it. For the period that they were married, that short period, he never missed giving the wife a love note every Saturday. And that really makes my heart merry. How I wish that we can learn from these things. How I wish we can learn from these things, even as a couple. I think there should be something special you are doing to keep the flame alive in your marriage, in your love. So these are the two things that really caught my attention of all the things Erica said during the husband's funeral. That is huge. Huge. One, she's preaching love in a dimension that is huge. In a dimension that is just out of this world. But we must also take our bearing from that. Let's begin to love in a way that is deep and genuine. And I trust God that he will help us as long as we set our hearts to doing that. So, as couples, don't stop loving. There must be something special you are doing for your husband, for your wife, for your fiancé. And let us just go out there and love in a very special way. Thank you and have a beautiful week. Bye.